The greatest lie ever told in Silicon Valley is, build it and they will come. We love to imagine if you code a brilliant product, users will magically appear, and venture capitalists will throw term sheets at your feet. Investors see countless high-performance products fail because no one ever finds out they exist. Without a distribution plan, a startup is effectively an expensive hobby. Most founders assume investors reject them because their idea is bad. In reality, investors reject them because their pitch deck is completely confusing. Industry veteran Guy Kawasaki points out a classic mistake: cramming slides with 10-point font. If you are reading tiny text aloud to an investor, they read ahead, tune out, and the pitch is dead on arrival. You have to understand the psychology of the person across the table. Venture capitalists see hundreds of pitches a week. They are actively looking for a reason to say no so they can move on to the next one and save time. A pitch deck's utility is limited to surviving that initial wave of skepticism and securing a 30-minute meeting. To survive, you have to clear 2 psychological hurdles. Hurdle 1, do I care? To get a yes, your problem statement has to be stupidly simple. If you use MBA jargon to describe a synergistic paradigm, you lose. You need to state exactly how many hours or dollars your user is currently wasting because your product doesn't exist yet. The solution slide should offer immediate relief to that exact pain point. Investors don't want a complex technical schematic of your software architecture here. They want to see the pain disappear. This diagram shows 3 concentric circles of market size: total addressable market, serviceable available, and serviceable obtainable. This clears hurdle 2. Is this a real business? Calculate market size here without sounding delusional about capturing all of it day 1. That requires detailing your go-to-market strategy. Founders often spend weeks polishing product screenshots and maybe 10 minutes thinking about customer acquisition. A brilliant business model is entirely uninvestable if you can't articulate exactly how your first 100 or 1,000 customers are going to find you. Next is hurdle 3. Is there proof? Investors want to see traction, but the definition of traction changes depending on what stage you're pitching. If you are raising a pre-seed round, completing 100 in-depth customer interviews counts as perfectly valid proof. But if you are raising a seed round, investors expect to see active, measurable usage of a live product. You don't need grid lines, legends, or 12 colors to present traction. Strip everything away. Highlight a single core metric that proves your growth. Investors want to see milestones: how $2 million unlocks your next major growth threshold. Finally, hurdle 4. Can you win? If you look at an investor in the eye and say, "We have no competitors," they hear, "There is no market." It's an instant red flag. Acknowledging your competition proves that the problem actually exists and people are trying to solve it. It immediately shifts the conversation to why your specific team has the unfair advantage required to completely dominate them. A funded deck builds an airtight chronological case that this specific team can execute a proven strategy. To force that level of clarity, Guy Kawasaki coined the 10-20-30 rule. A pitch should have 10 slides, take 20 minutes, and use no font smaller than 30 points. The logic is brutal but effective. If you have to shrink your text to make it fit on the slide, you are trying to cram too many concepts into one space. Early-stage founders often think they need slick corporate graphic design or inflated revenue projections to look professional. In reality, clarity beats aesthetics every time. Before you send your deck anywhere, check these 4 boxes. Can someone understand the problem in 5 seconds? Is your font 30 points or larger? Do you have a clearly defined go-to-market strategy? And is your team's advantage obvious? Building a startup is hard enough. Ignore the fake guru advice and let factual clarity earn you that next meeting.